Thank you for joining us for the DeviceAlliance Spotlight. This month, we have on the phone with us Ron Tedesco. He's the CTO and Vice President of New Product Development with BIT Group. Ron, how are you?
I'm great, Travis, today. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing quite well, thank you.
Good.
So, Ron, the Spotlight that we've now been doing as part of DeviceAlliance, the main reason that we're doing this is to ensure that we're continuing to create and foster a successful and more intimate device community here in Southern California. So we certainly appreciate you getting on the call with us. Ron, could you maybe start off by giving us a quick overview of the IT group and the technology that you all provide?
Absolutely. First, let me say thank you for the opportunity, and also, for your work in advancing the medical device alliances in our community. I think you're doing great work there. BIT has been in the medical device, the in vitro diagnostic segment of medical devices now for probably 40 years. We've been in Orange County, and the prior company that BIT acquired was Source Scientific, who was also in the medical device development and manufacturing community just here in Irvine in Southern California for 30, maybe 36, 37 years. So we have a pretty deep and rich history in medical devices. BIT, again, started probably 40 years ago and started with Siemens manufacturing. We've been a manufacturer of in vitro diagnostic medical devices, going back, like I said, 40 years. What we do is, at the moment, we are in a full suite of medical device support services. We do research and development. We develop clinical IVD instrumentation for everyone from, the big box suppliers to, small startups. We also do manufacturing. We do after-sales support. We do obsolescence management. We have a full suite of services that we offer our clientele, and everyone, like I said before, from big box manufacturers, and on those names of record are names like Siemens and Abbott, and all the way down to startups that have a novel new concept and need someone to develop a device. We have development organizations here in Southern California. We have R&D in Germany. We have R&D in France. We have manufacturing here in Southern California. We have manufacturing in Germany. We have manufacturing in Shenzhen, China, as well as Shanghai. And so we have a global presence in medical device. We focus specifically on IVD in vitro diagnostic devices. And we're in laboratories, and of course you won't see the BIT name on it. You usually see, the OEM name on it, but our client's name go on the instruments, and they're manufactured globally and distributed globally.
Now, you all in Southern California have two facilities here, Irvine, which is your R&D facility that you're located out of.
That's correct.
And also San Diego facility. Can you share with us what the San Diego facility is?
Absolutely. That's our manufacturing organization. At one point it was California MedTech, and then became BIT MedTech, and now it just rolled under the BIT USA umbrella. But we focus on manufacturing, after-sales support, and obsolescence management.
Great. Well, Ron, DeviceAlliance certainly appreciates you having on the call today, so why don't we jump into it?
Sure.
So our first question for you is, as you look at your technology, what problem or challenge does your product address?
Well, our product addresses the products of our clients. Being a contract developer and contract manufacturer, again, we're not direct to a patient per se. We're usually supplying services and products to one of the brand names that do that direct. But to address the question, what do we do, let's say, on behalf of patients, our influence is mostly through the big box or IVD companies. I think I mentioned before some of the public names, but there are lots of names of companies that you may be very familiar with, but we're bound to protect. But first and foremost is patient safety. We follow very strict guidelines, the FDA guidance, 21 CFR Part 820.30, design control, and 13485 risk management. And we continue and grow our usability, against our usability standards of IEC 62366. This is all geared for patient safety. So our biggest contributor really is designing in a safe and effective device for our clients.
Great. So what is BIT doing this year in 2017 that excites you?
Well, there are a number of areas. Every day there's always a new challenge. But if I zoom out in general, we're certainly increasing the knowledge base for diagnostics, for all humankind. So being in a career path and in a company and in a space that manufactures widgets is one thing, but manufacturing devices that contribute to healthcare is really one of the biggest positive things that excites me. Personally, I've involved my entire career in that, and I continue to want to stay in a career that the end product helps people. But getting a little bit underneath that level, we continue to reduce the costs of diagnostics. So our healthcare costs continue to grow, and BIT focuses a lot on trying to reduce that cost, the cost of diagnostics. We continue, in addition to develop more novel ways to improve some of the current methods that are in existence. As I dive a little bit deeper, the things that excite me is we increase BIT's ability to respond to the growing needs. There's a constant growth mode in medical devices, and we continue to produce and create more novel ways to crack the nut. One of the things that we do offer that is exciting, at least to me and to BIT, is that we have our own IP. We develop platform technologies which enable us to build and grow other technologies on. So there's a rapid startup when a client comes to us. We have a whole suite of already developed, already tested technologies in hardware and in software. So, but with each new client, with each new challenge, we grow in our capability and suite of solutions that we can offer clients. And globally responding and meeting increased demands of the applications of those technologies. There's some of the things that keep me hopping, keep me coming to work with a smile every day.
Which is important. So, Ron, with BIT, how would you say you all are changing the industry today?
Well, there's kind of a continuum and a growth mode from where we started. We started as we'll develop for someone else's manufacturer, or we'll manufacture someone else's development. But some of the things that we're changing, at least within, and trying to address the needs of our community, is we're addressing the cost and scale of diagnostic technologies. What used to be big, giant, and complex has become a lot easier to do. We're also uniquely able to bring some of the developed technologies, let's say, that the big companies have used, and leverage them for smaller startups. So you don't have to go through the giant learning curve that the big box companies have already gone through, and they reach their pace and their gate. We offer those to smaller companies. They can kind of get on and leverage all of our experience and knowledge. So, again, with that, as I mentioned before, we do offer not just development or not just manufacturing, but we also offer a full suite of services and can plug in for any of our clients anywhere on the continuum they need. So, for instance, if they just need research or development or manufacturing or after-sales services, depot services, obsolescence management, we kind of plug in or can plug in at any part of the design life cycle.
And with this year, what can the community here in Southern California expect from BIT?
Well, as I kind of alluded to earlier, we're increasing the size and scale of our platform technologies. We are kind of continuing to grow in the IVD, development and manufacturing segments as a top player. And so that's nice. We're continuing to increase our portfolio and our offerings to our clients. We've also, leveraging our success in molecular diagnostics and very, very unique and novel immunochemistry applications. So with the growth of molecular diagnostic technology, we've been capitalizing on that and bringing that some of the solutions and services that we've developed to clients. And we're continuing to grow our partnerships with the IVD market leaders globally.
Great. Well, we certainly wish you all the best of luck. Ron, I know that I had initially told you up front that there was only going to be 4 questions, but I do have a surprise 5th for you here.
Okay. So, let it go. Let it rip.
Which superpower would you like?
But there's probably one superpower that I wish I had, and it would probably be the power of absolute memory recall. There are lots of times that I look back and say, I knew that one time. Or if I can remember everything that I've ever heard or ever read and have absolute command and recall, I think that would be, for me, I guess, a superpower that would be under the radar, but be of service. It wouldn't be one of these ostentatious, I can fly or I can, blast through a cinder block wall, but I'd be able to remember everything about everything someone said, and that enables you to be of service. You can always, you'd never forget a birthday, you'd never forget an anniversary, you'd never forget,
That'd be nice.
The punchline to a joke,
Well, Ron, thank you so much for joining us today. Certainly appreciate your time. That was Ron Tedesco, CTO, BIT Group out of Irvine, California. Ron, thanks again.
Hi, thank you, Travis.